My name is Alexa Kruse, and I'm majoring in biology and sustainability. I studied away in Perth, Western Australia at the University of Western Australia with USD Direct's program in the spring 2017 semester, and I studied marine biology and neuroecology. I lived off campus with a couple of Australians who were in their late 20s who were also in school, and I just traveled around a lot during my time there as well. So my goals for studying abroad, I had two major goals. The first one was to get more experience in marine research, so I took those marine biology classes to see, if that really was my calling. And I had had some of that experience before when I studied abroad in Mexico, and going and doing those classes in Australia definitely solidified that marine research is what I want to do. So that was really productive for me going abroad. And the other major thing was that I wanted to get experience traveling abroad on my own and navigating a foreign country and just really learning how to be independent. And I chose this program because USD Direct allows you to pay USD tuition while you go abroad, so it was a good deal. And I was then able to do things more independently, like book my own flights, plan all my weekends for traveling on my own without sort of having a set agenda, and I really like that independence. I had sort of been hiking and rock climbing down in this gorge, and I had rock climbed on sort of a sheer cliff face about a half-kilometer into a deeper part of the gorge, and I had made it almost all the way back. And I had even come across the first snake that I saw in Australia that was highly venomous. I got past all of that and got back to the major part of where the main pool is. And at the last moment before I was going to step into a shallower area onto the shore, I slipped and fell into this freezing cold water. I was so mad and frustrated, and my travel partner Ida from Denmark, she was laughing so hard, and I was super embarrassed, but now it is a very fond memory of mine from being abroad. Just, some of those things that you don't plan are maybe the most fun things that happen. So my biggest challenge probably while away, besides being sort of lonely at first before I found my kind of major friend group, was that I actually got into a pretty hard biking accident. And that was really hard, being away sort of especially from my mom, who could have helped me go to the hospital and that sort of thing. I had x-rays and CAT scans on my hand to see if some of the bones were broken. Thankfully, it all turned out okay, and I just had a sprained wrist and a decent concussion, but that was definitely challenging. Thankfully, there were a lot of people at UWA who were super helpful, like the medical center, and my professors, the class that I was headed to at the time, really helped me out and helped me go in the right direction there. Also, the slang. I picked up a lot of slang in Australia that my friends and family didn't understand, and so it was kind of frustrating for a while. My friends still sometimes make fun of me if I say mate or other Australian sorts of words, and sometimes I try to get in the wrong side of the car to drive, but other than that, it's been pretty good. So there isn't really anything that I would have changed about my study abroad experience. I believe that every little challenge that you face, every negative or positive sort of interaction or experience that you have adds to who you are as a person. And I don't think I would have had the same experience that I had without all of those, positives and negatives. There are good days and bad, even when you're in a beautiful, wonderful country. It's always highs and lows, but I think that all of that contributes to the experience, and it's all really important. So I don't think I would have changed anything about my time abroad. So advice that I would give to students considering studying away, definitely do it, first off. It might sound really cheesy, you'll probably roll your eyes like I did, but studying abroad is honestly a life-changing experience. Some of the challenges I faced while abroad, are part of what makes me who I am right now today. I think that if you do decide to go abroad, you should say yes to absolutely anything and everything. I did some crazy things while I was abroad, like I climbed a 200-foot tree and explored the tunnels under Fremantle Prison, one of the oldest convict prisons in Western Australia. I took a random flight to New Zealand, just decided to do it one week and went on an awesome road trip there with a friend from the United States. So, just all those spontaneous experiences are definitely the ones that made my study abroad super memorable. So do anything and everything that you can.